What's up guys, Tyler here from Motion Raceworks, and today we have another brand new wing release for you. SN95 Mustang. So we'll just get started here, and we'll cover all of your parts that are included in the wing kit, and we'll also cover all your tools that you're going to need to do this install. First up, we have your wing struts. This car has 4 individual wing struts, so you'll have to know the placement for those. I'll cover that later. We have your spill plates, we have your wicker bill adjuster, your wicker bill, and the main deck. Oh. We also have your included hardware pack. So let's quick cover the tools you're going to need for this project. I'm going to start with, you need a rivet gun capable of doing 3/16 and 1/8 inch rivets. You're going to want a tape measure, Sharpie. You may need a level. You're going to need a drill, and number 11 or 3/16 will get you by. You're going to want a 3/8 and 11/32 socket and ratchet. And then you're going to need a 1/8 and 3/32 Allen wrench. First step, we're going to go ahead and lay out the placement for our wing struts. So we'll get our wing struts ready. First, you'll want to identify which wing strut goes where. So we've got these ears here on the wing strut. These will face towards the outside of the vehicle. The 2 on the left will face to the left. The 2 on the right will face to the right. So I'll kind of show you how this will go on. So this one will be placed just like so. And then your inner for this side will also be placed just like so. Ears out. When in doubt, ears out. What is it? Laces out. Or whatever. So when placing the wing struts, we're going to start on the outside. So we'll do the outside too, and then we'll be able to measure for placement of our inside too. When placing the outer wing struts, it's important to get the angle of this flat to match the curve of the deck lid. So the easiest way I've found to do that is if you hold it up here, we can use something flat like your spill plate and lay it on there, and you can see how we want to match the curve at that point. So once we're pretty close, what we'll do is we'll mark one hole, mark maybe this bottom corner hole, and then rivet that one, and we'll have a little bit of adjustment before we final rivet the other holes. So we'll do that first and go from there. So we're going to start by drilling out our lower corner hole. Use one of our 3/16 rivets. So now with just the corner riveted in place, you can see we still have some adjustment. So that'll allow us to kind of fine tune our angle here before we drill any of the other 3 holes. So as you can see here with our spill plate laying flat on this surface, we've got a pretty good split between the curve around here and the curve around here. So we basically just want it to run flat through this section of the curve. That will help shape our wing in the arc of the trunk for the final install. Now that we've got that level fit, we'll mark the rest of our holes and rivet this guy in place. Oh, Jesus. This part's really the most riveting, Ted.
Always is.
Always is. Can't use that 2 videos in a row. With the first wing strut in place, we just repeat the procedure on the other side. Okay. All right. We rechecked our angle with our spill plate, matched it to the previous side, so we're happy with that. We're going to go ahead and rivet it in place. All right, so now that we've got our outer 2 wing struts installed, we will go ahead and measure for placement of the inner 2. The way I like to do this is I like to get all the wing struts equally spaced. I think it looks the best that way. We're going to go ahead and measure from this edge to this edge on our outer wing struts. Looks like we are about 49 1/8 on this car. So we'll take 49 1/8 divided by 3, and that will give us our spacing for the inner wing struts. 49.125 divided by 3. So that gives us 16 3/8. So we'll measure about 16 3/8. We'll put our mark, and we'll do the same on the other side. And a good way to verify your marks is then measure between those, and you should get the same distance as you got originally. So we're 16 3/8. So right on. We're going to go ahead and place our inner wing struts now. When we place the inners, we want to line up this edge with the mark that we just made. And then the only other thing is we want to line this height up. So if we take our spill plate again, we'll lay that on there. And we want to bring it right to about the same point in the curve on the trunk as we did the outers. So if you can see there, that gets us right about to the back of the curve on the trunk lid. So that placement looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and mark and drill our holes. Yeah, I like that. So again, I like to just start with just one hole at a time. So I'll rivet the first hole and drill the others in place. That way it gives me a chance to verify leveling and fitment before I drill 4 holes. So now with your bottom hole in place, you can kind of re-level everything, double check your fitment here. So we're looking really good there. As long as everything's good, we'll go ahead and drill our second hole. That one's in place. Go ahead and repeat the process on the other side. Okay. So now that we've got all 4 of our wing struts riveted in place, we're going to get our main deck out and place it on there. So just set it gently on top. You can see the main deck has some notches right here, so those are meant to line up with the edges of your trunk lid. So that should make the alignment really easy. And then just bring it right up against the lid. Once you're happy side to side and front to back, we'll go ahead and we'll mark all of our holes from underneath. Yeah, looks pretty good. So now with your main deck set on your wing struts, if you're really happy with your placement, I just go ahead and I'm going to mark all 12 through holes, and we'll probably only start by drilling the backs, but if those line up good, I'm just going to drill all 12 off the vehicle, and we'll go from there. So you'll want to find something that's not going to scratch your main deck. Flip it over on, and then you can see we've got all of our holes marked out. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the rear 4 holes first. We'll set it back on and test fit, and if we're happy with that and all the other holes look like they're still going to line up, we'll just take it back off and drill the other 8. At this point, you're going to want to put on your 3D goggles, folks, and we're going to do some drilling. Oh, Jesus. Look at that.
Oh, that's normal.
Reverse. Okay. Maybe not a good idea on the garbage can. We've set our wing deck back on with our 4 initial holes drilled. They all line up perfect, so we're gonna pull it back off, drill the other 8, and we'll be ready to bolt this baby on. So, just doing some trash can drilling. Trash can drilling. Favorite kind of drilling. It's taken me about 32 years to be able to drill holes with no center punch. Past 31, they've all been off. So with all 12 holes drilled, we're gonna go ahead, set the main deck on. We're ready to bolt this baby on. So we'll use your number 10, which is your larger of the 2 screws that's included. Use number 10 bolts and the lock nuts. And we're gonna bolt this guy on. Go ahead and drop all these in. This is where you'll find out how good you are at drilling holes. Now I just got to put all my nuts on here. Well, I got to make pun jokes somehow. Just winging it here, Chad.
Just winging it.
Ha, just winging it. So we're going to use our 1/8 inch and 3/8. Go ahead and bolt these babies on. All right, with our wing deck fully bolted in place now, we'll get our wicker bill and wicker bill adjuster. So first step will be to rivet the wicker bill adjuster to the main deck. To attach the wicker bill adjuster, we just take your 1/8 rivets, and I like to just start in the center. Wicker bill adjuster goes on the bottom side. Just line up your center rivet, rivet that in place. So now we just work our way from the inside out. Part really is the most riveting. I can't say it every time, Chad. Again? I know, right? Chad made me this time, just so everyone's aware. So as you get towards the end of the wicker bill adjuster, you kind of have to bend it to fit the shape of the main deck. So if you need, it gets a little tough towards the edge, so I use a set of pliers just to get it to fit the shape first, and then we'll rivet it in place. So yeah, you don't have to worry about marring this up, because this part gets completely covered by the wicker bill itself. So I'm just gonna put a little bend on it, make it fit just like that. So once your wicker bill adjuster is completely riveted to the main deck, you are ready to bolt on your wicker bill. So we're going to do the same. We'll use our 832, the smaller of the 2 bolts and nuts, and we'll just start in the middle and work our way out. Yeah, for this install, we're gonna put the wicker bill at about right in the center. We'll start there and tighten everything down. All right, so now we're down to our last component, and that is your spill plates. So these just simply use 3 more of the 1032 bolts, and you see you've got slots so you can adjust your fore and aft for your body gap. So we're going to go ahead and bolt these babies on. So with your spill plates bolted in place, you've now got a completed drag wing on your SN95. I really hope you guys enjoyed this install video. I hope it helps, and can't wait to see you guys' cars with brand new SN95 drag wings.